You ever walk out of an audition feeling more drained than energized, even if you did prep and even if you feel like you did well for the audition? My name is Aaron Lloyd, and I'm a professional actor by trade and passion and a dual elite neuroencoding specialist by purpose. What that means is that I help people default to their best by overcoming the thieves of their dreams, thieves like procrastination, hesitation, fear of failure, fear of success, self-doubt, self-loathing, imposter syndrome, fear of rejection, overwhelm, and stress. And the truth is, I used to think walking out of the audition meant that I overprepared or just nerves when I was feeling that way. And the truth is that your body and your energy, even prior to the performance, are just as important as the performance. And today, I'm gonna be going over 3 of these 6 pillars to help you become more magnetic, confident, grounded, and present when it matters most. Let's dive in. Have you ever considered the fact that we can go a certain amount of time without food? That we can go a certain amount of time without water? We can even go a certain amount of time without sleep. What's the one thing that we can't go a certain amount of time of, or it's over? That thing is air, and that's the first pillar. The air that you breathe, including the quality of the air that you breathe, is vitally important, super important. For the majority of people, you can only hold your breath for about 2 to 3 minutes before you lose consciousness. Now, there are some people like Tibetan breathers and all these and monks and certain kinds of people that train their breathing that can go a little longer. And even still, it's not gonna last beyond 10 minutes, right? So why is this important as it relates to actors and your auditioning as well as you booking? Because the majority of people are breathing in their chest or in their shoulders or stress breathing from all the day's workload and the stress and everything that you have going on. Now, you as a trained actor understand the power of breath because you need that in order to properly use your voice. And even still, as actors, sometimes we fall into poor habits. Now, why is it important to mitigate that poor habit? Because when you are stress breathing, you're literally telling your body and your nervous system that it's unsafe. And that unsafety creates lack of presence. And presence is the one thing that casting directors feel through the tape as well as when you're in the room. So we need to correct that so you can walk with more presence, in fact, and be in more presence. And I teach a lot of different breathing patterns to my personal clients as well as the audition trackers community. And I want to share one with you today that you can do right now so you can get an immediate result. And this one is I want you to simply take a breath in, deep belly breaths. You're obviously as an actor, if you're trained, you know your sides, your ribs should be going like this. When you're breathing, breathe in for 7 seconds. I'll do it with you right now. And then you hold for 1 second. Then release for 7 seconds. Then you hold. Now, when you've done this, especially before an audition or before you step into the room for a callback, what's it feel like? How are you feeling now? The power of your breath leads to more presence that your casting directors can actually feel. Use this before your next audition and see how it works for you. I absolutely love this next pillar. This next pillar is the thoughts that you think. We all have heard the age-old credo that you want to think positive. You want to be positive, you want to have affirmations, you want to focus on your positive result. And all of that is true. And did you also know that every thought emits a signature, it emits a frequency? Did you know that? And that includes your subconscious thoughts as well as your conscious thoughts. Now, the majority of actors, they might go into an audition, or you let me know if this has been your experience or you know somebody that's done this. Before they're going into an audition, before they're self-taping, they're thinking, well, I hope they like me. I hope they like this, or man, this audition sucks. Or they're watching back their self-taping like, man, this sucks, man, I don't like it. Now, there's a difference between having critique and wanting to improve versus really feeling bad about yourself about something that's supposed to be bringing you much joy and supposed to be bringing that authenticity that you want to read through the camera, right? Now, let's talk about the subconscious thoughts and the conscious thoughts. Even though you are coming into the room thinking, I'm gonna book this, or man, they're gonna like me, or I'm gonna do such a great job, you also have a subconscious energy signature. Now, let me prove it to you. Aren't there times when you're around somebody, actor or non-actor, that you just get a vibe? Whether you can immediately, without them saying a word, you get that they're confident, or that they're nervous, or that they're scatterbrained, or that they're anxious, without them even saying a word. What is that? Part of it is their body language, and part of it is the thoughts that they're thinking and the frequency that they're emitting. That is their electromagnetic signature. And inside the full training, I teach you exactly how you can start to shift yours starting from the subconscious so that you can get a different result and start putting off a different electromagnetic signature. Use this before your next audition. Get your subconscious mind and your thoughts aligned with what it is that you want, and watch how life unfolds for you. Now, the last pillar that we're gonna go over today is the moves that you make. Now, this one is an overlooked one, and it's just as important, particularly for actors. Your movements, your muscles literally carry stored energy, and movement releases it. I'm reminded of a client that I was working with once on a private opportunity that they were having. It was a massive opportunity, life-changing opportunity, something that they had dreamt up for a very, very, very long time. And this person's a hard worker, and they have the talent, they have the skill. Now, when they were getting ready for this, I noticed immediately that there were some thoughts, some beliefs, some things that weren't serving them. So once we did some neuroencoding work to kind of shift that, one of the things that I worked with this person was with their movement, how they were moving their body. The way they're moving their body has some subconscious patterns, some things that they weren't aware of that once we shifted, helped shift that. Now, what you want to do for your auditions, prior to the auditions, is become aware of the movements that you're making, because your movement releases energy, and you want to move your body in a way that really puts you in your best self, in your highest good. And there's certain ways that you can do this. You've heard of power poses. You've heard of people putting their hands under their hips before for 2 minutes, and then testosterone rises, all that kind of great stuff. And that's a great one to use. And there are also some other ones as well. Did you know that breathing is a movement? Your ribs are moving, you're moving your body. That's why I want you to breathe more effectively. It's gonna move, it's gonna create different movements in your body, releases different chemicals in your body and all that kind of great stuff. So what you want to do is use these 3 pillars to maximize your next audition. You want to move into the room with power. Change the way you move prior to entering it. That's it. Now use these 3 pillars for your next audition and comment below which one of these are your favorite and which one got you the best results. I cover all 6 of the pillars in my workshop called the 6 Pillars of Audition Vitality, Unlocking Your Peak Performance, which you can access today. You get lifetime access plus some bonus materials, and you have access today. I left it right in the description as well as pinned it in the comments. Or better yet, you can join Audition Trackers at auditiontrackers.com and get exclusive access to all the future trainings free, and you also get the bonus materials and access to world-class guest experts that come on. Either way, whether you're tired of living your acting career in an unsustainable way, auditioning with anxiety, fatigue, and second guessing, this is your next step. The energy you bring in is the audition. Let's make them feel you before you speak. My name is Aaron Lloyd. Dare to make life your canvas and dare to make it beautiful. Till next time, peace.